Your client finishes speaking. Their words say one thing, but something in their face, a flicker, a pause, a look away, tells you there's more. You can feel it in the room. The unspoken words hang in the air. Now, what do? This happens more often than you might think. Your client wraps up their thought, and technically they're done, but something isn't complete. Maybe their voice dropped at the end. Maybe they looked away right as they finished. Maybe there was a pause that felt weighted, like the silence was holding something. Recognizing these moments is part of what it means to listen actively. Some of this is around watching the body language and listening to what the client is saying and what they're not saying, listening to the emotion that you hear. ICF, says the coach, recognizes and inquires when there is more to what the client is communicating. I want you to notice that word "and" in the middle. 2 actions are required here, not 1, but 2. Recognize and inquire. You have to notice the signals, trust your instincts, sense what's beneath the surface, and then you have to do something with what you notice. Ask the question, open the door, invite them deeper into exploration. Noticing alone is not enough. You must follow up with curiosity and care. So what are you looking for? Body language shifts. Their jaw tightens, arms cross defensively, eyes drift away from you, posture changes suddenly. Facial expressions, a flicker of something crosses their face. Micro expressions reveal what words don't say. Tone changes, their voice drops or rises unexpectedly, their pace slows down, the energy shifts in their speech, pauses and trailing off, sentences left unfinished, long silences that feel weighted, words that fade away. And hedging language, words like kind of, maybe, I don't know. That uncertainty often masks something deeper. When you sense there's more, your job is to open the door, not push them through it. Invitation, not interrogation. If you see the client make a face or they pause, ask about it. I'm noticing that you seem frustrated. What's that like for you? Going deeper when you hear the client communicating something, keep it simple. There seems to be more there. What else? Or acknowledge the unspoken with permission to explore, what aren't you saying yet? Sometimes the shortest invitation is the most powerful, just and. One word that opens everything. Or gently point to the layers. What's behind that? Let me name what gets in the way here. First, assuming you know what's underneath. That's projecting your own interpretation onto their experience. Stay curious, not certain. Your role is to notice and invite, not to diagnose or conclude. Second, pressing too hard when the client clearly isn't ready. Trust them to know when they're prepared to explore what lies beneath. Third, missing the signals entirely because you're too focused on your next brilliant question. And fourth, filling the silence instead of allowing space for what wants to emerge. Sometimes the most important thing you can do is simply wait. Here's what I want you to remember. When you sense there's more beneath the surface, trust that intuition. It's valuable data. Recognition without inquiry is incomplete. Noticing is only half of this competency. You must follow up with a curious question. And your job is to invite them deeper, not drag them there. Open the door, create safe space, and trust your client to walk through when they're ready. Coming up next, we'll explore how to tune into emotions, energy, and nonverbal cues, deepening your active listening presence even further.